And on we go with our Idols chats. Leanne, good afternoon.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
At last, Mark organised this interview. And he says, no, you got to speak to Leanne. You have to speak to Leanne. And Lef has just told me that as well. I said to him, is there anything I should know about Leanne that'll surprise her as to how I knew? So he says, no, she's just a very humble, warm spirit. So,
yeah, no airs and graces about me. What you see is what you get.
How do you manage that in the industry you're in?
I think that it's basically all boils down to how I was raised. I have such an amazing group of people around me, my family, my friends, and they all kind of keep me grounded, so to be all diva-esque or anything.
And you must meet a lot of them in the business that you're in, eh?
Oh, yes, I do. And I actually find it hard to see people get to the point where they're so over or full of themselves, But I guess it happens when you have people begging and crawling at your feet, It happens.
It's sad, man. Sad in a way. But you got a wonderful opportunity and a wonderful... It's actually a responsibility, the limelight.
Yeah, it is. And, I think... Being given this responsibility and this opportunity is perfect for me because I just want people to see that there can be another side to what you can be or how you conduct yourself, you know?
Quite right. Now, Leanne, I'm going to be very honest with you. Until Idols, until the guest appearance on Idols, I didn't know very much about you.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people around the country might think, Leanne, who's Leanne?
Yeah,
who's
exactly.
Leanne? How would you tell us, how would you describe yourself or introduce yourself to us in one or two sentences?
Leanne is a female artist born and raised in Johannesburg. I have always been in love with music or the performing arts. I went to the National School of the Arts in Johannesburg where I studied drama and contemporary music. And immediately after high school, I then went on to do backing vocals for Loyiso, Danny Kaye. I've been into songwriting for quite a few artists as well. So I just basically, straight after high school, went to intern at a record label. And that's kind of how my career started for me. It's just something that I've always been very passionate about, and in 2005 I got my own deal with the same record label that Loyiso was with, and I've always just been singing, just trying to get my music out there. Okay,
that's where the album came in, eh? Simply Lovely.
Yes. That was when Simply Lovely was born in 2005. That was my first album. And I'm currently just promoting my second album right now. It's called The Journey, and it's just such an amazing album. I love it. I'm very proud.
I see Coca-Cola have used your music as well.
Yes,
How did that
they
work?
have. That was from my first album, Simply Lovely. My manager was in France for a... Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, my manager was in France for a music conference called Midem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of where all the music execs or record labels get together from all around the world, and they kind of network. And the first single from that album, called Got Me Crazy, a whole bunch of people from Poland were there and listened to the song, and they loved it, and they were working on some album with Coca-Cola, and they chose my song Got Me Going Crazy as kind of like the theme song for their campaign. So it was really cool.
Wow, that's exciting, man. And now, of course, Idols, you were on as a guest judge. What was that whole experience like? Give us some insight backstage. What is behind the scenes like at Idols?
Everyone is really just so laid back backstage. You don't really feel the tension before as opposed to what you see on TV,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was very laid back. The judges were very friendly, chatting in the back. The contestants all kind of sit in their own corner, I guess, going through their lyrics and moves and whatever. And it's really fun. Everyone is very, very friendly and warm. I didn't feel any strangeness going on or anything like that, nastiness. It was just fun. It really was an awesome opportunity, and I'm so grateful.
That's wonderful. What would you say to young people like the Idols contestants who have this dream? They're on stage, they get knocked about by the judges, but as we were talking a little bit earlier in the conversation, you also see a lot of ego and a lot of people wanting to be the main man and stuff like that. How can you talk to that?
To the contestants or anyone looking to enter any sort of singing competition like Idols, if you're good enough, believe in yourself, I would encourage you to go for it. When I was first starting out in the music industry, we didn't have that as a platform, and I think it's so great for the new artists now, because they're kind of just given everything on a silver platter as opposed to working hard. So I think really be appreciative of it, because it doesn't happen like that every single day. There are people who struggle for years to even get their music on one radio station. So I would say that they're very lucky. Keep your head clear. Don't have any attitude, or don't get so full of yourself and become so self-absorbed because everyone else is paying attention. You're on TV every week. You have this amount of followers on Twitter or Facebook. Just kind of stay down to earth. Remember that why you're doing what you're doing, and just do the best that you can do at your craft.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically all I could say, really.
Okay. Lefa was telling us just now that he was chatting about Freddie, and he was saying how Freddie's popularity has picked up as a result of the fact that he's just recently started using the power of the internet and social networking. Do you find that a big thing as well, the Twitter thing?
Yes, I think it has such power. I wasn't into Twitter either, and I recently just started, I think a few months ago, and it really does increase your popularity, if that's what you want to call it. But I think it's also a great medium to get your work out there, tell people what you're doing, where you'll be performing, because so many people are now aware as opposed to not having that platform to tell people, So I think it's a great tool. I love it.
Okay. Right. Leanne.
Yes.
As a Christian lady.
Yes.
In an industry that is full of all sorts of things, you're in a good place, I think, because we're called to be salt to the world, and we're called to make a difference. And you're not going to do that if you're sitting. You were a worship leader at Rhema, right?
Yes, I was.
And if that is where you're going to be stuck for the rest of your life, you're not really going to make a difference where we're called to make a difference.
Exactly.
But just elaborating a bit on how we started the conversation, isn't it a difficult industry to be light in? It's an industry that needs a lot of light.
Yes.
But I'm sure there's a lot of temptation. There's a lot of manipulation and all sorts of stuff. How do you deal with that?
It is really hard, and I often find myself upset and saying, Lord, I can't do this anymore. Why have I been put here? But I think I feel like I'm at the right place at the right time, and my time leading praise and worship at church was just for that season, and I've moved on to the next. And I think that we need to see more Christians getting out there and showing people what we need to be, So I think having God as my foundation as well is what's kept me going, really. It's a huge responsibility, but I think we need to be the light out there.
Yeah. Do you think it's important for people in the limelight to let it be known that they are Christian, or maybe? I think it is important so that people kind of know where they stand with you. I won't have people calling me to go drinking and partying because they know who I am. And also, sometimes people just need someone to talk to, and you're that person, and they know that, okay, that is the person that I can speak to about God, who can encourage me. And so I let people know who I am. Whether you like me or not, that's totally up to you. But I think it's important for people to know where they stand. We have nothing to be ashamed about. So I let everyone know whose daughter I am. Good point. I agree with that too. There is the other line of thinking that says, well, I don't need to stand and crow that I'm a Christian all day. Exactly. It must be seen in the way that I live.
Exactly.
But a lot of that time, don't you think that people could just see it as like a good works type of thing? And I think we need to be outspoken. We need to let it be known who and what we are.
I agree.
Because I know there are a lot of top names that are Christians, but they don't talk about it. They don't want to know because they think it might affect their popularity, and they don't want to offend this faith and that faith, but that's not what it's about. So,
that's not what it's about at all. And God put you in that position for a reason, and He's going to take you places that you never imagined. So
exactly. Psalm 37 verse 4. My favorite. Yes. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will grant you the desires of your heart.
Of your heart, exactly.
Leanne, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. Anything in closing? Anything I haven't covered?
In closing, to the Idols contestants, good luck to the final four. Are they 4 or 5? I'm not sure. Sorry.
Four left now.
Yeah, left. So good luck to the final four. Just stay humble, down to earth, the best that you can do. And to anyone that's looking to get into the music industry, there is still hope. And just follow your heart, follow your dreams. And God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
Leanne, tell me something.
Yes.
Just between you and me, the listeners aren't listening now. Who's gonna?
Okay. You put it on mute, right?
Who's gonna win?
Ooh, who do I think is going to win? Wow.
If you were voting, who would you vote for? It's not about favoritism now.
If I was voting, honestly, I would vote for Krishanda. I think she's the last female standing. And also she is very, very talented.
So that's about girl power at the end of the day.
Yes, well, from my side, it is about girl power and talent as well, because we don't want to take just any female artist who can't sing. I think she's really talented, and we can never have enough divas in the world. So she's perfect for me.
While we're on that point of talent, very, very interesting with the whole voting dynamic. Yes. Who do you think personally is actually voting in this competition? Because a lot of the time, incredibly talented people have left.
I know. I think the majority of people that vote is more your teenage girls or the younger crowd. So that's why we always have a whole bunch of boys and at the end. And also I think they're kind of going on based on looks and who they think is the coolest. So sometimes it doesn't really have anything to do with talent. So I think it's the teenage girls that are really voting out there for their rock stars,
That's a weird industry.
Hey? Cool guys. It is
weird, because at the end of the day it's about what's going to sell the CDs, and sometimes that's the gimmick and the looks and the not so much the singing.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, keep going, keep strong, and keep shining your light.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Leanne. Bye-bye.
Bye.